Good afternoon, diecast enthusiasts. What's going on? I grabbed another one of these, so I'm going to crack this one again. I might start a little small fleet of these. I have found a total of, I think, 8, and I've sold all of them except 2. They were getting pretty good money. I was getting between $8 and $10 a piece. I think they've come down a little bit though. I think this is probably the coolest Econoline that M2's brought out in this scale, just because I really like the livery. It's simple, but it's definitely recognizable, and it's just a very well executed little tooling. The lights and siren look really good on it. The livery looks really good with the off-white. So that's really cool. So now I have a couple of these little ambulance fleet. And then did get a few other things that I want to show. I got this for $3 at Hobby Lobby a month or so back. I know you can't see it there. It's a licensed premium Auto World. And it's from Release 1. So Hobby Lobby had a couple of these sitting around, and I've already got them, but the white one that I have is a little bit log jammed. So I'm going to see if this one rolls any better. Oh yeah, it rolls way better. Thing rolls across the table. So this is the 2012 Ford Mustang Boss 302. Very cool little car here in white. I apologize for this lighting, guys. I'm gonna try to work on this. Like, I know I have a brand new baby that's going to be coming home hopefully tomorrow. I've been mostly at the hospital since Wednesday, just coming home here and there to grab stuff and to catch some power naps. But I'm hoping, being off work the next week, that I can do the other diorama. I know that it might be an unrealistic expectation, but if I can find a way to fit it in the schedule, I'm going to definitely do that. Try to get a little bit better setup. The other landscape that I have, I think, is I'm just bored with it. So I want to do a more urban setup with the car dealership and the gas station. And something that might accommodate the videos a little bit better. I think the other one does okay. But I don't know. I'm just kind of bored with it. I'm ready for something new. So this is a true to scale car. 1/64. It's a metal body, metal base, rubber tires with tread. It's a really nice Auto World casting. The headlights are kind of weak. They have since changed that on the 2015 Mustangs. They run a Tampo over it, which gives it a much better look. But other than that, I think these look really good. Really, the only thing that could have made them better is the lensed headlight and tail light. But the rest of the detail is so nice that I don't even really worry about that. Really sharp looking cars. And this thing rolls great, so I'm glad I cracked that open. Alright, so when I started the video, when I started the video, I had this car on display. The reason for that is because I bought this like real early when it came out, as well as this one. These are both from the new Tokyo Torque. And this one here, the champagne color, has a really nice stance. Really, it actually has a really nice stance. This is a really sharp looking car from Greenlight. This one, the stance is, it's a really nice looking car, but to me the stance is just kind of goofy at the front. And I don't know if it's because the base was set a little bit wonky, or maybe the front axle's bent a little bit, or I don't know what the deal is, but just to double check, I found another one today. So this one's a real low number, number 466. The one that I found today is a much higher number. So here it is in the packaging. 2002 Nissan Skyline GTR R34. I wish they would have done an R32 instead. They are coming out with the Bluebird in May. I'm really hoping M2 gets a Ken Mary tooling. And I'm hoping Greenlight gets a square body Chevy tooling. See, I think that might have just been the front axle, because this one really looks to have a nicer stance. That right there looks really good. I know this lighting is just awful for this. These darker colored cars. But what do you guys think? I think that the stance on this one looks a lot better. Maybe it's just in my head, but I don't think it is. I pay a lot of attention to these type of details, and yeah, no doubt. No doubt. See how the front end just kind of sits up a little bit higher on this one? No doubt. I'm very glad that I picked this up now. I was kind of questioning it because, you know, they're $6 a piece. And I figured, you know, even if it doesn't fix the problem, at least I have a couple of nice R34s. Well, now I have a nice extra R34, a relatively low number, numbered under 500, which I think they made about 10,000 of these. So this other one would be a car that I can trade or sell. And I'll keep, in this case, I'll keep the higher number because I think it's a nicer model. So that was good. I'm glad I did that. Sometimes you take that little gamble hoping that it pays off, and sometimes it doesn't fix anything. Sometimes it is just the way it is. But other times you get lucky like this and it corrects the issue. So I'm very, very happy about that. Because I like the blue one better. The only reason I didn't is because the one that I had that little stance issue. Okay. So I did find a couple other cars from Holiday Ornament Series 2, which I have not seen these yet until today. The truck was gone. There were a couple of them that were gone. What was gone? What was gone? Actually, the only one that was gone was the C10. The rest of them were there, but I only grabbed two. I grabbed the 68 Plymouth GTX, and there's a reason why. This is a car, this is a car that I would not have purchased a week ago, or even a couple days ago. But spending the last few days at the hospital, I've been online a lot, and the other night I spent a couple hours on ZA3, and I was looking through the Greenlight tooling catalog, and it just made me realize how many awesome castings they have and how many awesome castings I have from them. And this is one of those castings that are one of those toolings. I think this is the same tooling as the Roadrunner. It's a nice roller. It's not a very low number, number 1428. But it is kind of a cool little livery with, like, it's gift wrapped with the bow. And then it's got another bow on the trunk. The white vinyl top. I like the wheels on this one. I just think that looks really cool. This is a really nice tooling from Greenlight. So I'm glad I got this one. You know, it's cool to get the JDM stuff. I'm really glad Greenlight's making that type of stuff. I'm glad that they're making some more late model stuff. I'm just really happy that they're continuing to add toolings. So this is not a new tooling. It's actually, I think, an older tooling, but it's a really nice tooling that they do. Does have an opening hood. Opens right up. It's a huge air cleaner. Got the Plymouth there on the front of the hood. A lot of nice detail in this car. You can never go wrong with a vintage Mopar muscle car. So, and then the other one that I picked up is this one I've been wanting. I'm actually surprised there was like 2 or 3 of these there. Ever since they announced or showed the renderings for this, I knew that this was one that I was going to want to have, just because it's one of my favorite Greenlight toolings. So I was pretty happy to find it. It's the North Pole Police, which is a 2001 Ford Crown Victoria. And I do collect these Crown Vics. I don't buy every one that I come across, but I buy most. If it's one from a state that I've lived in, I'll buy it. Or if it's NYPD, I'll buy it. Or if it's a unique livery or a cool livery like the Puerto Rican police, if it's something like that, I'll buy it. I have started to leave the more boring liveries behind, but this one is nice. Now these, I've noticed they're putting a piece of tape over the top. I took it off on the GTX without showing it. This one I'll show it. You can see it runs kind of across the top half of the windshield, across the top up to the light bar. Now I'm assuming that what that is, these are holiday ornaments, so they come with this little clip. And I'm assuming that's just to protect the paint when you slide this on. Now me personally, I'm not into the ornament thing. I know Johnny Lightning does it. They were the first to do it a long time ago. I don't care about the ornaments. I just want them in my collection, so I'm going to take the tape off. Because I can imagine the longer you leave that tape on there, the more problems I would think it would cause. So this North Pole Crown Vic is a really nice roller. That's always good. It's got a pretty cool livery. It's number 3871, so it's not a low number. It has some green steelies. It's kind of an interesting color combination. I know the camera kind of shows that as purple, or as blue, but it is more of a purple. You have the red and green light bar, so that's kind of unique. That's pretty cool. I think that's something new that they just added for this release. Also the gumball on the front bumper, which I assume is to simulate Rudolph's red nose. So that is pretty cool to have a North Pole police car to go with all the other police cars that I have. And I love the Crown Vic, so it's a good choice for it. The only thing that might have been better for the North Pole police is like a big off-road, like 4x4, like maybe the Plymouth Trail Duster, or even a lifted Ford Bronco or something like that. So anyways, that's my haulage. Not a whole lot, but I feel pretty happy with the results of that, especially with this blue R34. I was kind of worried about that, but I think that it paid off. So let me slide some of this stuff out of the way. Turn that a little bit. So we got the M2 ambulance. That's the second one. So maybe I'll start a little dispatch center. Maybe in the next diorama I can have a little like an ambulance post. And then the North Pole Police Crown Vic, the really nice Plymouth GTX. I really like this car. And then from Auto World, we have the Boss 302. And then those are the two blue Skylines. The one next to the champagne color is the new one. So before I wrap the video up, let's do this and see if it's noticeable at all. Do you guys notice a difference on these stances? Maybe it's just me, I don't know. I think the new one looks better. But what I'll do is I'll take some pictures for Instagram that are a little bit more detailed, because this lighting is pretty awful. So anyways, I'm going to get a nap in, and then I'm going to get back to my wife and boy. And I will holler at you all probably, I don't know when, but it'll be relatively soon. So take care. Thank you.